After further review, this is the Fantasy Football Blitz.
Do you know who I am?
Powered by whotostart.com.
Who the hell are you?
Whotostart.com.
Hello.
The Fantasy Football Blitz.
Who the buttons?
This is the Fantasy Football Blitz, powered by whotostart.com on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 104.5 ESPN.com.
Let's do it. Darren Tietkin, whotostart.com is with us. Darren, what's up, man?
Good afternoon.
How are you, dude?
Doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing very well. Hey, let me start with an odd scenario going up in Buffalo right now. That game, because of all the snow between the Bills and the Jets, might be moved to Monday at a different location. How does that factor in fantasy-wise this week for people that have players on the Bills and the Jets?
Well, I mean, I think it's just that you're going to have to wait a day for them to play. I don't think it really affects them too much. And I'm hearing that it's going to be either in Detroit or Washington, with Detroit probably making the most sense there. But, yeah, I don't think I would adjust people's or players' fantasy value on this at all. All
right, tonight's game, who are we looking for?
Well, it should be one of those ugly Thursday night games. But a guy I'm going to watch here is Oakland running back Latavius Murray. The two ancient guys for the Raiders, the Maurice Jones-Drews and the Darren McFadden's aren't really working out. So it looks like they're going to give this Murray kid a shot. He's got some talent. Obviously, playing against the Chiefs isn't the greatest way to get the most carries, but he's going to get out there and get you 10 or 15 touches, and we'll see what he could do.
Let's see if we can get to some questions as we always do. We'll start in the huddle. Who to start, Odell Beckham or Julio Jones, standard scoring league?
Jones is, he's going to be on Hayden Island, to borrow the Revis Island moniker. Yeah, he's nursing a little bit of an injury too, but the guy's just an absolute stud. Beckham Jr. is off to a good start here his rookie year, but we definitely like Jones if you're looking at those two guys.
This says it's an email. I need a wide receiver and a flex between Josh Gordon, Denard Robinson, and Alshon Jeffrey. So I guess he's sitting one there.
Alshon Jeffrey, you got to play against the Bucks. He came back to life in a big way last week. And Denard Robinson, I think you just got to play him too. He's pretty much the only offense that Jacksonville has.
Avo in the huddle says it's almost playoff time. Need to keep my number one seed, so I need help. Sanchez, or I guess that's Romo, and Deshaun Jackson or Jordan Matthews at flex.
I think you can go with both of the. I think you can go with Romo there against the Giants, and then play your Eagle wide receiver Matthews to get a piece of that pie. It should be high-scoring games in both affairs. Via text,
Edelman, Crabtree, or Jarvis Landry in the flex. Who to start?
Kind of like Landry, especially in a game where Miami's going to have to throw the ball a ton to keep up with those Broncos, and really like what Landry's been doing, especially in PPR formats. They're getting him the ball, so I think you got to play Landry.
Which free agent to pick up in a standard league? Who do you like out of Kenny Stills, Kenny Britt, or Andrew Hawkins?
I think you got to go with Stills. It's real unfortunate about Brandon Cooks. He's having a really nice rookie campaign. Probably was the front runner for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Definitely in terms of fantasy, he was a nice little fantasy play every week. Standard leagues, Stills is going to get those deep balls, so he's got a good chance of scoring. Especially this week, I would pick him up and actually play him as a third wide receiver or flex. So down the road, we definitely like Stills.
Darren Tietkin's with us, who2start.com. That's the numeral 2. They get you personalized fantasy football advice before you set your roster. Check with these guys. Let's stay here in the huddle. Tight end in a PPR league, Walker or Rivera?
I think Walker's he may not even play again this week. He was knocked out cold. And Rivera's actually got a pretty decent matchup this week here tonight against the Chiefs, so I think you got to play Rivera.
Kaepernick or Mark Sanchez? Who to start?
Well, we have them at number 9 and number 11, with Kaepernick at 9 for our top quarterbacks this week. Just kind of like Kaepernick's matchup just a little bit better. Washington's absolutely terrible against the pass. And they could also, be run on as well, so Kaepernick's got that going for him. We do definitely like Sanchez, but we like Kaepernick just a little bit more. Rivers or Orton, who to start? Oh, boy. I mean, Orton's one of our sleepers this week. Even if he is going to be having to wait an extra day, it actually might help things a little bit. Rivers is supposedly nursing some mystery ailment. We're thinking it's maybe a cracked rib or just a bruised rib or something like that. So the Chargers aren't going to have to throw the ball much against the Rams. So looking for a more of a down week for Rivers this week, especially with the injury. So I think you got to go with the other option there.
And if the Bills end up playing the game in Detroit that's indoors, that's certainly far better than a driving snowstorm.
Absolutely.
Corey asks, Anquan Bolden or Reggie Wayne, who to start?
We love Bolden this week. Going along with the thoughts on Kaepernick, the Redskins just can't stop anybody through the air. So Bolden's a nice pick this week.
Let's see if we can squeeze in a couple of more. Kevin asks, who to start, Sammy Watkins or Vincent Jackson?
I think you got to go with Watkins there. The Jets are just absolutely terrible against the pass, and Watkins has, the big game capabilities, especially if he's, playing on the carpet in the Ford Dome there. We definitely like Watkins. Trey
Mason or Jerick McKinnon? Who to start?
I think McKinnon's nursing an injury. They just brought in Ben Tate. Not sure how much he's going to play. So I think you got to bench McKinnon unless you're really starving at running back this week.
A lot of people asking about Josh Gordon. What do you project him as this week coming back?
Well, we have him as our number 18 receiver in PPR formats, which means, kind of a second wide receiver type of, if you got a solid number one, you plug him in. I mean, I'm playing him in the league I have him. I've been stashing him since week 1, just thinking, here come week 12, playoff push. The guy's an absolute animal. He's been able to work out. He's supposedly going to be on a, for all intents and purposes, call it a pitch count, but I'm not buying it. I think he's going to absolutely torch that Falcons secondary. So look for 6 or 7 catches, maybe up to 100 yards and a touchdown.
Before we let you go, our guy Patrick in the huddle always likes to throw you a bit of an irreverent who to start. Steven Seagal or Jean-Claude Van Damme?
That Patrick, he gets me every week. I think you
got
to go
ones.
with. Yeah, this is a good one. I'm just not one for dudes with ponytails. Plus Van Damme, you could use to turn his name into Van Damage. So yeah, I got to go with Van Damage on that one.
Not only that, but put Steven Seagal in the Kumite and see what happens. You got to go JCVD all day. That's not even close. He is Darren Tietken. Who2start.com. It's a numeral 2. Plug in the promo code ESPN. They'll always give you a discount. Check them out. Who2start.